One of my favorite things about these podcasts, besides the fact that I'm obsessed with this little podcast corner that I've made for myself, is the fact that I'm literally always wearing slippers. If you were watching this on YouTube, you can tell I'm showing you guys my cheetah slippers. I am a big slipper gal. I wear slippers and socks around the house all the time. My feet are always cold. I also am a very big slipper traveler as of lately. And so lately when I've been traveling, I have just been packing slippers, and I will literally slip out of my work shoes after I get done working, slip into my slippers, and then just like bebop around about my night. Sometimes it's like I'm going from one city to another, whatever that looks like, but I just hang out in my slippers all the time. So anyways, that's just my little piece of excitement for today, is that I love doing these because I love this little space that I have set up here, and I love that I'm always a comfy cozy. And of course I love getting to chat with you guys and share different things with you guys about my life and all the challenges, struggles, and what we got going on. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Mental Health Mondays. So this Monday, we are going to be talking about how I meditate and pray. And I want to start by saying this is not like the only way, the best way. I am very new to both meditating and praying, so you guys might listen to this and be like, cool, 3 of those things make sense to me, the rest doesn't work. So really just kind of take what fits, take what works for you. And hopefully this is some good insight for you guys about some of the things that have really helped to change my just mindset, the way I think, the way I start my day, how I allow my mind to wander, how I allow my mind to kind of be brought back after it's wandering. This has really helped me a lot in this space of anxiety. And so I am a big, my anxiety is the worst when I first wake up in the morning. So I have been having this fun thing for a couple of years where I have nightmares as a 30-year-old woman, so that's cool. And so I wake up like kind of like anxious, just like straight off the bat from like one of these nightmares or whatever it is. So I wake up and I'm already anxious, and I'm like, cool, this is a great way to start the day. So now I have put a lot of things just kind of like in place as part of my morning routine to make sure that I kind of stop the anxiety right in its tracks right when I wake up. And so what this looks like is whenever I wake up, I've started this new habit of the first thing I do when I wake up is I meditate, and I use meditation to also pray. So I'm going to be very honest with you guys. Whenever I first started meditating, I was like, thanks but no thanks. Like, that does not interest me. I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. I don't have the attention span. 1 minute will seem like 3 hours. Like, none of it sounded like a good time, right? And so I actually only started because I got introduced to guided meditations. And so if you guys are like, I don't really know what this meditation thing is, I don't know where to start, definitely don't want to be alone with my own thoughts, like, I get it 1,000%. Start with a guided meditation. And so I do these every single morning. So I generally go to Boho Blue on YouTube, has a great meditation series. So Boho Blue has somewhere between like 10 to 15 minute guided meditations. And by a guided meditation, I mean there is somebody with a positive, soothing voice talking about different positive affirmations you can be saying to yourself. There's somebody kind of guiding your thoughts. There's positive music. There's like, it feels like you're in a rainforest. I'm sorry, that was like really dramatic for meditation. It's the rainforest is not that dramatic, I promise. But I do these every morning to kind of just get my anxiety in check and to kind of recenter and to refocus my day. So every morning I start with like a 10 to 15 minute guided meditation. Normally it's one that I find on YouTube. I do these so often, like I pretty much just like go to like pull up my YouTube. There's like 15 that are suggested, and I pick the one that is best for what I'm looking for that day. So sometimes I'll do a guided meditation for anxiety. Sometimes I'll do a guided meditation for manifestation. Sometimes I'll do a guided meditation for new beginnings, for a new day, to clear out old energy, to clear out your own mindset. Like literally all of these different things are available on YouTube for free, like 10-minute guided meditations. So I've now done enough of them that my YouTube is kind of like filtered to that. So I literally just pop on in the morning, do one, and then now I've gotten to the point where once I get like kind of in my meditative state, I also will do like my praying for the day. And so every morning I try to pray. And I want to actually back up. So I'm doing all of this in bed. So if you guys aren't sure, like I'm literally still laying in bed when this is happening. Like I'm literally me, sausage under my covers, just laying there all wrapped up. I generally close my eyes whenever I do this, and generally I just place my hands on my legs or beside me or wherever. And I'm literally just like laying there in my little peaceful little sausage. And so once I get into kind of this meditative state, then I will generally pray. I generally try to pray to like set my intentions for that day. And so I use this meditation and prayer time to just set my intentions for the day, to maybe air out any worries or concerns I have for the day. If I have any meetings that day that I may be worried about or anxious about, or just encounters that I might have that might be stressful, I'll just go ahead and I release those in my meditation. And so like I kind of do this through like a practice of, if I'm praying, I will say like, Lord, today I am very anxious and I give you, and then I will literally list the things that I'm anxious about. And I'll literally in my mind, as I'm going through kind of this meditation and prayer process, I'll literally like picture myself like giving these worries away and like, okay, I can't do anything about these worries. I'm going to give them to God, your higher power, whatever it is you believe in, and just know that I'm not going to let these things ruin my day, dictate my mood for the day. I'm just going to go ahead, start the morning by saying, boop, not going to do that, and get in this meditative prayer state, release all of my anxiety, my anger, my frustration, my whatever it is that I have about that day. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes I'm literally just like in my meditative state chilling, but like tomorrow's gonna be Monday, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all like tomorrow we'll be focused on like setting my intentions for the week, setting my intentions for some of the different meetings and things like that I have coming up that are high impact this week, just all sorts of different things. And I also will make a point to do a gratitude practice during this time. So normally after I kind of release all these worries, then normally I'll try to fill my mind with, I'll try to think at least of 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I'll try to kind of like visualize those like kind of coming to me as these anxieties are kind of being like washed away. So I'm kind of giving away these anxieties in this meditative state. And then once I'm like, oh, we gave away the anxieties, now I want to stop and I want to be grateful. And so I'll just start picturing or thinking of different things that I'm grateful for. And it's almost like you're getting rid of the anxieties and you're allowing the things that you're grateful for to come to you. It's really cool. I want to say I've been doing this for probably about 6 months, and I've been doing this pretty much every day for about 6 months. So whenever I first started, I like this meditative state that I'm talking about, I didn't know what it was or how to get there. It really just kind of takes a little while of meditating, being alone with your thoughts, getting your mind to get to the point where kind of your thoughts stop and you can get into this meditative spot. It took me honestly probably a couple of months of trying to meditate before I finally like got it. Like at the beginning, I felt very calm when I was meditating, but I didn't necessarily feel like I got to like a meditative state. Maybe people get that like when they first start, I don't know. I didn't, because my mind was always racing. But now probably like 3 months in, I started to get to this point where I could get to this meditative state. And now about 6 months in, I'm to a place where I can like pretty much always get to that meditative state every time I meditate. And normally I have a like plan for what things I want to go through or release or be thankful for or visualize. I also use this as a time to manifest. So like if I have just things I want to like get done, do, accomplish, whatever that week, I will literally visualize them in this time. I'll literally visualize myself just doing these things, accomplishing these things this week, tackling it, whatever hard projects I have to do. And so I use this as a time to basically get rid of worries, express gratitude, and then also visualize myself being able to accomplish and do and overcome all the things I need to do and overcome and accomplish. And so generally by the time I get done with all of this, I am in a very, very relaxed state, and normally I feel like pretty good to start my day. And so I try to do all of this before I even get out of bed in the morning, so that way I can make sure that my mindset is clear, my mindset is ready to go, my mindset is rolling, really just straight from the beginning of the day. And if you do have anxiety, I think doing this in the morning is a great, great practice. I also think if you're the kind of person that you just run around all day, this is a really good way to set your intention for the day, to stop, think about what you're doing, thinking about what you're wanting to work towards, rather than just feeling like, oh my God, I just run around all day, every day. Because sometimes it does feel like that, just running from place to place or meeting to meeting, and instead just stopping, setting some intentions, and then proceeding with your day. The other thing that I do that I want to touch on is at the end of every meditation or prayer that I do, I try to end by kind of acknowledging to like God, your higher power, whatever it is, that, hey God, I have a plan for my day now, but if you have a different one, please interrupt my plan, and please give me the grace to see that it's you interrupting my plan. Because one thing that I've really struggled with is I am a big time life planner. And I always think of that Thomas Rhett song where he's like, you make your plans and you hear God laughing. That could not be more of my life. Like, I literally, since I was a kid, thought I could have my whole life planned out, all these things. And everything over the past 2 years has shown me I don't have a fucking clue where my life's going, what's going on. I'm glad that things are happening how they are and the way they are, but sure as hell I don't have any control over it, and I'm just kind of riding the wave. So with that being said, I now have kind of learned that, okay, so I might think or pray for, certain things and then realize those aren't the things that I'm supposed to have. So rather than just always saying like I want my way, I also want guidance to know when my way isn't the right way, or my way isn't what I need, or maybe I'm trying to get something, maybe I'm doing it the fucking hard way, and if I just stopped, listened to my higher power, and became my highest self, I was trying to do that thing, maybe it'd be a whole hell of a lot easier. So that is one thing that I do try to consciously make an effort to do at the end before I really get started on my day, because it's so easy to get caught up in like, this is my plan, and then sometimes your plan doesn't go the way you thought and you're like, what the hell? And then sometimes it's like, oh, that might have been God, like he might have actually been looking out, that's actually might have been why things didn't go how I wanted it to go, or how I thought it was going to go, or whatever that looks like for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Mental Health Monday. This is just really my little cliff notes about how I meditate, how I pray. Hope this was helpful for you guys. I generally do this, like I said, within like 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. I do it first thing. And I think that this is a great way to just set your mindset up to take on the day, especially if you wake up with heavy anxiety in the morning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a fabulous Monday, and happy healing, babes!